It's called Upcoming Community Building and Engagement Opportunities. So this is cascading grants, this is events, and this is so much more. So I'm going to get out of the way, otherwise I'm going to be blocking you and move here. First, I would like to invite to stage our speaker from the Flanders Marine Institute. She's a marine project and data manager. Her name is Cyrielle Delven. So warm welcome to you. Maybe take a seat here because you're the first to speak, so then you're nearest the lectern. We also, it's my great pleasure to invite to the stage Julia Prieto, who is lead manager for business and strategy at Seascape in Belgium. The head of operational engineering at Mercator Ocean International, Renaud Dussurgé. So a warm welcome to you. Thank you. And finally, last but not least, a developer and data engineer at the Flanders Marine Institute and Blue Cloud 2026 hackathon winner, Samuel Fuchs. So a warm welcome to you as well. And now, just because you're sitting on your bum so much, it's good to burn calories, you may applaud and generate some heat. All right. I'm not going to intervene too much. You have your presentations. What are you going to share with the crowd to kick things off? What are you talking about? Upcoming introduction of calls, is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Do you want me to stand over there?
Do you know what? You do how best works for you to present. Some people like this and some people feel that. You do what works for you.
And to change the slides?
Oh, to change the slides, you've got a clicker. You're so sweet. You said that silently as though nobody could hear. What do I do to change the slides? It's there. Thank you. Cyrielle, over to you.
Thank you. I'll be very quick.
No, don't be quick. Well, don't be fast.
I'll be very concise.
Don't be fast. Voila.
But first of all, I'm very honored to be here today, and I really want to thank you. So my presentation will build on Marina's.
Yes, wonderful.
I am
Thank
tall,
you.
right?
Yes,
yeah.
For the sound people and for online. Perfect.
You.
Look, he was getting stressed at the back there.
Yeah, I could see he was like jumping.
All right.
Right. But yes, this morning and tomorrow and this afternoon we'll keep talking about this beautiful tool that we're building together. But together is really the word here. This tool is nothing without you. We really need a strong editor community, and that's exactly why I'm here. I just want to share my point of view of how we can build a community. I see editor as an artistic pottery. Some art that, you can look at it from different angles, you can keep shaping it, you can really change it until it really fits our needs, until it fits your needs. And that's thanks to the grand calls that we're opening, that we can really invite you to put your fingerprints on this pottery, on this tool, on this infrastructure that we're building together. During the scope of the project, as Marina said, we'll open 3 grand calls. And the first one, I'll focus on the first one because it's opening very soon. It's opening in mid-January 2026, so just right after Christmas, to start the year in a very nice way. The grand call will be open for 2 months, but the project that you'll propose, if you're interested in, will have to last for 10 months. And we'll mostly focus on existing or near final applications, models, or data that we want to test into the editor environment. So we really want to adapt, refine, and test the digital resources that we have in editor right now to strengthen the interoperability and the co-design and provide some open and usable technical components. So if you want to have more information, if you think you might be interested to apply to these grand calls, well, come and join us on the 29th of January, because we'll have an info session, a webinar, and you can already register through this QR code. So thank you so much. Please let me know if you have any questions through Slido, I think.
Questions through Slido? We can check in with the room, but I think it's already a good sign. There's a lot of people had their phones up doing that. Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, I was just going to introduce our amazing Julia, who's going to give you more information on where you can find us and at which events.
Perfect.
So thank you.
Over to you. It's the tiniest podium, and then it has mics on, so there's not a lot of space to put your kit there. So good thing you've got your phone.
Yes.
That works perfectly. So tell us more.
Good morning, everyone. It's also my pleasure to share this DigitalOcean forum with you. So Cyril has already shared the exciting news about the upcoming calls, and we were really excited that the editor community is going to continue growing and expanding thanks to these calls, and I do hope that you've marked the 29th of January already in your calendars. But the calls are by no means the only opportunity ahead for you to continue building close links with Edito and with the European Digital Twin Ocean. So I'm here to convey that as part of our work plan, we're planning to open many different channels to make sure that we can have an open conversation with you, with the community throughout the year. And I will mention 3 channels, and there are 2 other important ones that will be announced tomorrow. But from my end, and for today, I would like you to know that first of all, Edito is going to be participating to key events that we know that are high on the agenda of the marine knowledge community, to make sure, and you can see those events on that slide, and the idea is to make sure that we can continue using these events as an opportunity to provide you with updates on Edito developments, but also to make sure that you always find a direct line, that you can always find a team member that you can have a conversation with, share the progress of your work, better understand how Edito can service you, or just simply ask any questions that you might have on Edito. We are also planning to organize regular online webinars and information sessions, again, to provide you with further insights on relevant milestones, like the calls that are coming up, but also to provide you with guidance and with training so that you're always ready to make the most of the Edito platform and all of the capabilities that it offers. So the idea is that if you're using Edito to build your digital twins, or if you're getting ready to share your data, your models, your applications with the European Digital Twin Ocean, that you will be reassured that you will have the guidance to make progress with your work. And third, we are planning to bring the community together around special events, hackathons, innovation challenges, and again, the idea is to make sure that we give you a hands-on experience on Edito, but also to help you connect with other peers that are also putting their best foot forward to contribute to the co-creation of the European Digital Twin Ocean. And I have to say that we're always amazed at the ingenuity, at the innovation that is triggered by these community events. And Renaud and Sam here are already going to be sharing some really cool results from recent hackathons, so I will say no more. But just to say, indeed, please stay put for some really great opportunities coming up to continue building the European Digital Twin Ocean together. And that's my 2 cents for today. I will just wrap up by saying that if you haven't subscribed to the Edito newsletter yet, I would advise to do so, because that's the fastest way to make sure that you get all the information that is on that slide that you probably can't read from your seats directly into your mailbox. That's all. Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to exchanging with you throughout the DOF. Thanks.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. A reminder, questions, please say them till the very end. No, you sort of went, she's going to ask questions now. No, I'm not. Go on, Renaud, the floor is yours. Absolutely, the floor is yours. Because I think you're also you're introducing some other people as well, and you might be asking some people to the stage. So this is a nice moment.
For sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
Over to you.
Okay. Sorry. Let's move to, okay. So I only have a few minutes to introduce you with Edito Model Lab Hackathon. And, well, it was a sprint, and what a sprint. Everything started in the conference in Nice.
You can see it here.
Yes.
Yeah, then it helps you stay with the mic.
Perfect,
yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't
So
be
we started our journey in Nice a few months ago, and we rapidly moved to a real capacity building exercise where, with all the Edito Model Lab partners, we gathered all the content that we generated over the past 3 years on the platform.
I give you the minutes. So,
perfect.
Just a little bit slower. Then actually, I can't keep up with, and I'm the English native. Go on,
great.
Go for it. Thank you.
So yes, we had so many content that really helped our users to step up on the platform. We had software and data deployed on the platform. We had example codes, recipes, and wiki pages to bring to them. and more than 20 hours of online recording for training them. And that eventually led them to get the grip on the platform rapidly and starting creating and contributing to the European DTO with their own ocean data and simulations. So this was eventually achieved in Toulouse with a 2-day sprint and eventual winners, as you can see here on the right side of the slide. We had 13 teams aligned, made of either ocean experts, but also profiles coming from really different horizons from the digital world, for instance. And, well, those pictures really renders well the atmosphere of the hackathon. We had hard hacking time behind our laptops, sometimes some craziness coming out of it. We had really strong emulation between the teams and continuous support from all our Moodle Lab experts. And I should say that all the teams achieved incredible performances. Yeah. So basically, one could say that in only a few days plus the training, they achieved something that sometimes took us a few months to set up, starting from scratch. So that's really a great experience.
Did they get to sleep even so?
Not a lot in the end.
No. So they came up with that faster than you, even on no sleep.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
But
okay,
we bring them a lot of recipes, all the content that really help them, starting and getting the grip, modifying the things, and get to their own example and applications. So that was really a great experience. And yes, we had winners. The three of them, Patrick, Simona, and Eva. Maybe Simona and Eva, as you're here in the audience, maybe you can just raise your hands.
Do you want to come to the stage? We clapped. Come on, we have time for clapping.
So yeah.
Come onto stage. Come onto stage. Sit. Come stand this side, because you might want to say. I can give you a minute to say something about how happy you are. But Renaud, over to you. Come here, just so you can both be seen. Voila, voila. There you go. We're good. Okay. Stand here. There.
And I should say that our grand winner, Patrick, could not make it here today for logistical issues. But he will be web meeting with us, and we will have a dedicated session at our booth at 1:20. So you might have a chat with him and other winners.
We got a video of him, haven't we?
Yes, we have a few video films from everyone here.
Maybe we just let them speak live and play his video?
We could.
Might be nice.
We could.
No, oh.
It really depends. It's up to you.
Okay. All right. I have the signal there. Should we hear from Patrick first?
Well, from Patrick first is
okay.
For sure he will need to be on video. I hope the sound will come out.
Let's see. If not, there is the opportunity to meet him live.
I first learned about the 82 Model Lab Hackathon at the United Nations Oceans Conference. MedGuard is a decision support platform designed to address the Mediterranean overfishing crisis. We integrated everything into one system, providing real-time overfishing risk maps by combining fishing pressure with ecosystem health. Here's the Mediterranean with overfishing risks displayed spatially. Notice how you can toggle between analysis types, risk, habitat, quality, connectivity. We can filter by date to see temporal changes. For every layer, we provided stakeholder-specific analysis and insights. This tells users exactly what the data means for their decisions. We use Editor's cloud computing for processing large files, their data lake for Copernicus access, and we are exploring workflow managers for automated updates. The platform is built to integrate the Editor service ecosystem. Discovering the hackathon at the UN Ocean Conference and then collaborating with the Editor team, from learning the platform infrastructure to deploying the application, was an incredible experience that transformed this concept for Mediterranean fishing protection into a fully functional decision support system.
Nice.
So that was
Now,
our grand winner.
Do you want to play the video?
Yes.
Have a seat. I feel bad. I feel rude. Have a
Yes,
seat.
great.
Have a seat.
So
I can stand.
Now let's move to this short clip from Simona, our
My
second
name
winner.
is Simona Caruso. I'm a PhD student at the University of Murcia in Spain. Following online the UN Ocean Conference in Nice, I found out about the Editor Model Lab hackathon and asked to participate. I was developing a study about connectivity among European Macaronesian archipelagos, Azore, Madeira and Canary Islands, simulating dispersion of phytoplankton using OpenDrift. I tried to do it on my laptop, and after some days of computing, ending up with an error, I decided to try the computational power of the platform, so I managed to carry out my experiments. During the hackathon, with the help of the mentors, we decided to develop a process for final users to study connectivity in an area of interest, selecting coordinates, releasing points, and direction of simulation. It was the first time I took part in the hackathon, and it was a great experience. Lots of adrenaline and with the help of my teammate there in presence in Toulouse, it was fundamental. Thanks again for providing such a wonderful learning opportunity.
Thank you. And you present so well. You present so We lost the video there, just to say. You present so well. Just before we move on to you, what was your favourite bit? You said it was a brilliant experience. What was your favourite moment? I give you a microphone. What did you love the most?
Thank you. It was the adrenaline, I must say. It was the first time I was taking part into something I was online. Plus.
Okay.
And my teammate was there. So it was a great experience, was a great communication. So she was there like, help me. And we were able to do a lot of things in a very short time. So it was very, very interesting.
Congratulations to you. You have the choice, video or do you want to, we'll do the video and then I'll ask you the same thing.
Perfect.
Then we get to get behind the scenes of what happened. Sorry,
Eva.
Go for it. Eva.
Project Data Coordinator from the Marine Institute in Ireland, and our project was focused on identifying suitable areas for offshore renewable energy development using national and international data from OGC services. Although we were focused on the Irish context, we wanted to use Edito to develop and publish open source geoprocessing services and map services to allow users to access and follow our process to identify other offshore areas using their own data. In Edito, we connected to national and international servers to pull real-time socioeconomic data that could be processed in an instance of Jupyter Notebooks that we published as a service. The processed data was then stored in S3 and incorporated into an instance of Terria hosted on Edito to be visualized. Here's our Terria instance with national and international data incorporated, as well as eModNet human activity data used to identify areas of high vessel density. And you can see here a resulting suitable area identified from our geoprocessing service. We really enjoyed using the Edito platform to publish services and look forward to using it again in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Here's a question. What do you think your main feeling or learning was after taking part in that hackathon than before? What did you go away with and share with great excitement amongst your friends and family? What was your learning or your what really resonated for you?
I suppose there was a lot of learnings. This is my second hackathon. But
Your second hackathon?
Yeah,
okay.
But I suppose it wasn't just me. It was team. Gerald Lyons is here as well. We've Owen and Diego. But we all, I suppose, put together different skill sets. I started off kind of in the zoology sphere, and next thing you know, through kind of the help of mentors and everything else, you're learning about how to connect different data sources, how to publish that. So there was a lot of learnings, yeah.
And do you think, the last question before we finish, that would you be ambassadors, multipliers? Because what we spoke about at eModNet is the importance of visibility, and that requires not just the EU, not just member states, but all actors. Would you spread the word on this?
Yeah, I think everyone who's using data, I suppose eModNet as an example, has the capacity to be an ambassador. You're trying to share your data, you're trying to increase its value because it shouldn't just sit somewhere, it should be reused. And that's definitely a big learning as well, as we were kind of following from the Marine Spatial Planning team, but it was great to use their data in a different way that kind of helps, I suppose, share what we're doing in a local context, but also show what people can do with their data for similar projects.
Okay, and same for you? Is it something that you would talk about, just the digital twin editor or data sharing? Would you see yourself as somebody who could spread the word?
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely, it's a wonderful tool and should be used by whoever is the ability of having a computer and being there in the platform. And yeah, definitely.
I think those are the words. It's a wonderful tool. It should be used by the maximum. What else did you not get to say? Had you come to the end, or please, over to you?
Just join us at the Edito Model Lab booth so we can carry on these discussions and with our winners, and also having the opportunity to meet with Patrick, to chat with Patrick.
Fantastic. 1320.
Yeah.
You said. All right. So you are allowed to take a breather off stage, but can we give warm applause to these winners, please? Thank you so very much. Thank you for being with us. A picture speaks 1,000 words. The horror that when I said you can present live, I was like, that is not the thing to do. But anyway, I hope you had some behind-the-scenes insights into what was achieved. Now we're looking at another hackathon winner, Blue Cloud 2026. We have you here. So you want to go over there and tell us a little bit more about that. And don't forget, if you have questions on any of this, maybe even questions for the winners of the hackathon, we will take those from the room and also from Slido. Over to you, Samuel.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Samuel Fuchs, and I'm from the Flanders Marine Institute. And I'm here to talk to you today about a digital twin prototype that a team and I developed for the Blue Cloud Hackathon that we participated in.
And you have it there as well. It's working again.
That would be easier.
It works. Yeah.
So I'll talk a little bit about the build-up, or the reason that we wanted to work on this kind of twinning application is the need to develop tools and applications to help understand the biological components of marine ecosystems. In general, there's a larger presence of data and models for physical and chemical data, but the biological aspects tend to be less well understood and less modeled. And we wanted to make a tool where we could start to finally add to that landscape and the predictive capacity. So, of course, I would have to talk about the building blocks that I think helped facilitate us getting to a prototype in such a short period, in 3 days. And these are things that are available on the Edito platform that Edito offers to the community. So you have the cloud computing resources that we've heard about, how advantageous that is, access to a large data lake that's close to those cloud computing resources, but you have a secure and collaborative development space, which when you're collaborating across institutions, having access to that on the cloud is really valuable. And then you have the large service catalog. So you have a range of different applications and services that you can already choose from that are configurable depending on your needs. But because of the way that the Edito infrastructure is made, you can actually extend that service catalog and deploy your own applications and contribute to the platform. So this was the roadmap, or we could say the plan of attack that we had. That was to combine some input data layers from Blue Cloud, the Fisheries Atlas, and the Zooplankton EOV, combine that with animal tracking data from the European Tracking Network, and use it to train a model. We could then deploy that trained model on the Edito platform, and then that model could receive inputs from, for example, a front-facing web application and produce a prediction on the other side. So we will see if this video is going to work if I press play. Yes. The application you can see here, so you can see the tracks there. Those are the tracks of the individuals we used to train the model. This is all overlaid on top of the eModNet bathymetry there, so you can see depth in correlation to those tracks. And a user on the side menu there is able to select an individual and hit Run Predict. So it will add those inputs into that model that we deployed on Edito, and it brings those predictions, those green dots, onto the application. So this allows us to predict where species, even to the individual level, might go. And this is the kind of tool that we wanted to help bring forward to the planning and biodiversity protection frameworks. So, of course, it's a hackathon. You only have 3 days. You have to have some ambitions. So we would like to add more species. We'd want to integrate more human activities data into it. Refining the user interface and user experience would be good. And then, refining and training the model more. And I would like to thank our partners and anyone that supported us and us developing this project. Thanks.
Thank you. Super clear. Beautiful. And so obvious, probably it sounds a bit of a simplistically silly, obvious question. Who are you hoping mostly is going to use that information that comes out? It was so interesting to see the map there of the movements and just to sort of go, that's it. That's what it looks like. Who do you hope? Who is it for?
For myself, I think, but of course, in general, we say it would be for people that are having to make policies or make decisions in preserving biodiversity. It's a large umbrella, but I think about conservation. If you don't know where the animals are going, if you don't know where they are or how they're behaving when they're there, how can you make good decisions about new marine protected areas? Mm-hmm. It's like, for me, that's the most obvious one. But there are a plethora of use cases and potentials when you're looking at animal movement data. This is the biological component we need to better understand and better predict when we make decisions.
Absolutely, and also in light of rising temperatures, changes, storms, the works, everything that is your daily bread and butter, it's so difficult to predict what will happen, and therefore the tracking is absolutely critical. Anything to add from any of you because you were so beautifully punctual in your delivery, did you not get to say something before we hear from the floor? Should we see if there's anything, either with a raised hand or anything came from Slido? If we can have a look on the screen here, just so we can avoid craning our necks behind, that would be wonderful. We will just wait for those to come, because we have one more speaker before lunch. Thank you, Ayman. Cyrielle, you were curating before, now you're on the stage, so you're not curating here. So the hackathon, which are we talking, because the hackathon you were talking about, let's just be clear. Yeah.
Okay, is that working? Maybe not.
Hang on, it was.
It was? Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't. Well, it was pretty much open to everyone, but for sure, the people who participated mostly I've seen the advertising on the conference, so they knew the software, they knew the problematics, and they were interested with the potential that the platform could support. But in any case, and it's the case of our grand winner, he's not an ocean expert, he's an ocean enthusiast. And he came up there and bringing up his own skills and redeployed a really wonderful use case and application on the platform. So I would say it's more than reserved to ocean experts. It's really open to everyone who is concerned by our oceans.
So, but there's help within it. You said there is accompaniment. Hence, in answer to this question, you don't have to be the absolute geek, so to speak, software nerd.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there was one photo there of the hooded, with the hood up inside the room, and I thought that's how everybody would perceive the typical brilliant kind of digi-geek, would they not? Anything else? The one thing I did want to ask was, what was the split? Maybe not in terms of age, but in terms of gender, or in terms of who was in the room? Was it fairly balanced?
It was. I would tend to say it was rather balanced.
Yeah.
In the ocean science field, it's not only about these gender issues we used to have in the past in computing sciences. So it's more open, and the fact that the platform is open to everyone, I think it really helps to support having a good balance of genders coming to such an event, for sure. And we see that the winners, we had two girls and one guy.
Absolutely.
So that's great.
Did you want to add anything about sort of the hack? Or yes, please, Julia.
Yeah, maybe that definitely the next editor hackathon. One great thing about hackathons is that it's a fast way to get acquainted with new software. So by all means, even if you're not very familiar with the Edito platform, we will use the hackathon as an opportunity to make sure that you're acquainted with it and that you also learn to work with it. So that will be part of the experience.
Thank you. So exactly that. Let's take that next. What about data validation of the winning project? Did you use ground truth data to validate your model?
So what's great about a hackathon is you're part of a team, and I did not develop the model part, so I'm not exactly sure about what was used in the validation behind it, but I do know that it was using archival data to train the model, and that validation was integrated in it, but it's for sure a strong part of our next steps that we would want to take in developing that model further.
So lots of interest in when the next one is, what's coming. I mean, who would like to, can you answer this as to when that's coming? Because we're talking, is there going to be a hackathon in the coming year?
So yeah, maybe for that I can confirm you the will. Still, I don't have the exact dates yet, and my colleagues from Edito 2 project will be happy to answer you in more details for sure. But there will be for sure.
Okay, so it's coming. Keep an eye out. Okay, I love this next one. How far in the future can you predict, and to what degree of accuracy? That could just be some kind of existential sort of clairvoyant question for anybody in the room. But I guess it was for you. But if it's anyone in the room and you're... Go on.
Well, that's not the easiest one for sure, but okay, that's an open question we always have in our communities. We want to make the predictions as far as we could, but keeping them reliable. It's so it's an ongoing work, I would say, and all the tools that are deployed have been also validated on the user side, and as Marina said, there will be also a validation process that could also give a stamp on the reliability of the use cases and models and applications that will be deployed on the platform. So we're working on it, basically.
Okay, let's just stop with these last three, just to keep to, because I want to leave space for our last speaker. Did any of you assess if results were meaningful for any decision maker, or just infer they were? It feels like there's a bit of an edge to that question in the way it is, asked, but, where is the measurement? Where is the follow-up? Where is the
Did anyone email me that they used my tool to help design a new marine protected area? Not as of yet. No, not with our prototype. I think that you of course have to, you're working with colleagues that are in the industry, that are in that space, and the use case is one that, you imagine, but it's based on a real need that you see. And so, maybe it's not used right now. Maybe we'll never get the email that someone used it to make their decision, but it's almost certainly going to be used if you and your community can see it as a useful tool. So develop it and bring it to Edito.
But the idea is, of course, that what is in there is usable by those different profiles, and constant tweaking, because as we heard there from the first panel, not everybody, we were looking at local authorities, will have that specific skill. So this is all about training. That is a whole other level of thinking. So here we go. We talked about it. I raised it on the first panel. What is that intention? Technicians at municipalities, those in aquaculture farms, it isn't their specialist area. How can they use it? What's going on to help that, progress that?
I believe it's really about, we've been talking about deploying scientific and really technical applications on the platform that really needs a lot of skills on coding, modeling, etc. But here for them, it's really bridging the gap to the end users. So for sure, we won't have, people in municipalities coding anything, but bringing them to us to really ensure that the design of the applications really will be fulfilling their needs. And that's really where we should focus. So yes, for sure. And all the applications we've seen before, as demonstrated by Fabrice, it's things that can be already, it's a good example of what can already be used as an interface to such decision makers or municipalities.
Okay, so it is a work in progress. There is work to be done, but that is the intention. Last question before I close. Is it possible, as all this individual forecasting, some kind of sort of global, holistic picture?
I may. It's up to you. Maybe you want to illustrate.
I think that's the idea, right? I think that's the idea that's been talked about, is that right now that we're developing these digital twin applications in our spaces, in our spheres, but the idea is that they will be able to interface with each other, and there's that interoperability word again, I think, but that's what we're striving for, right? So is it possible? Absolutely. That's where we're going to.
Thank you. Is it okay, or you?
Yeah, well, just to emphasize that it's really the process of making up digital twins, basically, looking the whole picture and so working with the parameters of the modeling.
Thank you. Thank you very much to everybody. I will bring this to a close. Of course, as I said, if there are any more questions, the intention is to group those that were not answered and to put that information into the summary report. So before I can get the last speaker on stage, I need to release you, but could we give warm thanks to these 4 speakers, please? Thank you. And well done. You are allowed to take a well-earned breather back in the audience.